Hello, travelers. Tara here, and I have really missed you guys. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking about my experience. I think I will write about it, so I don't know. But what I want to do, those of you who received the newsletter, and by the way, those of you who have not signed up for it, it is free. You can sign up for the newsletter. And this is where I give you an update of what occurred during the week and what is coming up. You can just go over to the website. If you're interested in purchasing a membership for the site, simply click on the little I or the whatever that thing is that shows up right there. That'll take you directly over to the website. Take a look around. There are 3 membership levels. I have some new astrology products. Somebody just contacted me about one last night. I will get back to you. The person from Poland, and I can't pronounce the place, Magdalena, who has contacted me about an Akashic Records reading. I need your mobile number, a number where I can call you. Iraine, I think I'm pronouncing your name right, in, I want to say Omaha, Nebraska. I have sent you scheduling options for your etheric cord cutting session. JB, if you are out there someplace and you're within the sound of my voice, please check your email. I'm ready to give you your Akashic Records presentation. It's like work has been coming in kind of sort of, and it's in one way, it's not in one way, it really is a blessing. And I want to thank you guys so much for the patience and compassion and love that you guys have shown me. I cannot express to you my gratitude in that. We're just going to go ahead and get into the reading. I just posted a transit watch. We have a full moon coming up on the 6th, which will be in Pisces. Oh my God. I find Piscean moons to be a lot stronger. Water moons are always strong psychic energy, but Piscean moons I find to be extremely so. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. Check the website. I just posted up a new transit watch about the full moon, and then take a look at your charts and see if you have anything that might be aspected with a degree. We have Saturn has gone direct. Mercury will be about to station direct pretty soon. So, and those things happen within a day or two. Well, the Mercury stationing direct happens either the day before the full moon or right after. I can't remember. So please read that. And if you have any questions, come over and post up your question and your factors underneath that transit watch. And I will do what I can to answer your question. So we're going to go ahead and this is a general reading, and the messages will not resonate with everyone. Take what you can, disregard what you cannot. We're just going to see what the cards have to say. This has been very strange weather, literally and spiritually. It's been very, very strange, and I can't explain it any other way than that. Do know, travelers, you website members, I have a new something for you. It's going to be a new gallery. I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be about, but I think you're going to enjoy it. At least I hope so. So let's go ahead and lay 9 cards and see what the cards have to say. 5 of Cups, 6 of Coins, and the Judgment. Wow, that's a mouthful. 4 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 3 of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. The Sun. And then the 7 of Wands. Somebody wrote and said that they couldn't see the cards, and I'm sorry about that, but this is the best I can do. There is our overall energy. So I have 2 major arcana, the Judgment and the Sun card. And the Sun card, the major arcanas take precedence over any other card, our pip cards. There are no court cards here, by the way. It is somewhat evenly weighted, where I have 2 cups, 2 wands, 2 pentacles, 2 major arcana, and then 1 swords card. The Sun is the most positive card in any tarot deck. So it kind of will mitigate or maybe negate whatever this 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords is speaking about. Right off the bat, it speaks to me of some type of familial issue. In the center, I have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is the card of childhood, memory, nostalgia, unconditional love. Some readers will also read it as the soulmate card. Now, those of you who have been with me a while will hear me say a soulmate relationship is really not a romantic relationship. It is one that is full of trials and tribulations, but it occurs because there's a lesson that the soul needs to learn. And so that person who comes into your life and you have that difficult relationship with, it is really all about, it is a reflection of yourself. It will show you your weaknesses. It will show you your strengths. It will show you what you need to shore up, what you may need to work on, what needs to change. And that is the purpose of a soulmate relationship. Typically, soulmate relationships are past lives, a past life issue. But I have seen it, particularly in the Akashic Records, where there is a soulmate contract that is in existence now. But typically that has been brought over, okay, from a past life. And those can go, you know, on for many, many incarnations. Sometimes they are mutual, where both souls have agreed to that situation. Sometimes they are one-sided. One person has released, one soul has released the contract, the other person is still holding on to it. So it's interesting because I have a 5 and a 6. There is a forward progression here on the diagonal. I feel that this is a property issue in some way, shape, or form, a familial issue. So this could be, in one respect, someone is trying to get over some type of either disappointment or loss. 5 of Cups. Okay. This loss or this disappointment was really, it's emotional, but it really stems from the idea of reciprocity within a relationship. The 6 of Pentacles is the card of financial flow, charity, give back. It asks that you recognize that you always have something that you can share with someone else, but it can also be about you giving more than what you're getting back, or you're spending more time or devoting more energy or more resources to either one person or one situation and neglecting another. You can see the 3 figures there and the scales. But this card can also be about the fact that maybe you're the one who does all the giving and you're not seeing any quote-unquote returns on that. Now, the cups speak to emotional issues. The coins can speak to finances, but they represent everything on the emotional, on the physical plane. It also speaks to the physicality of doing something, okay? And then here comes the Judgment. Now, I don't know if some of you have been waiting on, it is a legal issue. And it is a legal issue involving not only property, but some kind of legacy. To me, the Judgment speaks to, it is an announcement. There's the horn being blown. There's the flag. What do flags do? Flags are banners. Even in battle time, they will show, you see the flags coming over the hill before you actually see the troops. So that's an announcement. There's an arrival. There's a decision that needs to be made or has to be made or is going to be made. Sometimes I've seen this card show up when the message is that help is on the way. However, this is a Pluto card, and Pluto speaks about deep, deep changes. So in one respect, this is a change in perhaps how you view money and love and finances. This is a change in, it's speaking to a new way of life, a new way of, a new spiritual level that is trying to come about. You see, those people are dead, and they're being called from the dead. Now, what's interesting is I have these three figures here. So I'm not exactly sure if this is speaking about a divorce settlement, an alimony payment, child support. But it's most definitely, if that's not the case, then it is some type of legal issue that may change the family dynamics in a very, very deep way. Across the center here, this is past, present, future, and the interplay. Here we have the Four of Wands, the Six of Cups, and then the Three of Swords. So it looks as though maybe something came in to upset the balance, and then the balance was perhaps worked out. There was some type of agreement made. The balance was restored. This had to come about for the survival of the relationship. This is still, to me, the Two of Cups in disguise. There are two cups on the back. Okay, so this is about, I feel that recognizing that the way things were before could no longer stand, but having the strength and the wherewithal, whatever resources that you have had to devote to this, to regain the balance that was needed, that was vitally important. And we see now that we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is sometimes known as the marriage card or even the shacking up card, but it also speaks to stable foundations. It can speak to celebrations. This is celebrating something that you've come through. Maybe not even having anybody to celebrate it with, but to celebrate it privately. It could be just that. And we see that here with the Six of Cups. So I'm picking up that in one respect, this could be about a childhood friend, maybe a sibling, someone who's very, very close to your heart, who it appears, I would definitely say that the person is central. This Six of Cups is central. And it's almost as though we did the work, we got to a certain place, everything seems to be okay, and then suddenly the Three of Swords comes into play. Now, the Three of Swords is a necessary sacrifice. Again, it speaks to, there's this theme of three swords, three cups, three people. So this could be maybe a relationship where you've gone through some trouble, and you seem to have gotten everything, it appears, back on track, and then suddenly something comes in to kind of throw it off again. This card is about sorrow. It is about loss, and we have two of these cards. The diagonal over to the Ten of Pentacles, Cups, Swords, and Pentacle. The Ten of Pentacles is the card of legacies, of having enough to go around for everyone. It represents the energy of Mercury and Virgo. Now, this is what is interesting, is because Mercury has retrograded into the sign of Virgo. Mercury is exalted in Virgo, so even though it is retrograde, those people who have who are Virgo sun, moon, or risings, and maybe even Geminis, could in effect give you the opportunity to look at the whole instead of the small details. This is about money-making ideas. We have a Venus in Aries here. Venus will also be moving into Leo in a few days. We have Mars in Leo. We have Mars in Scorpio. The moon in Taurus, Saturn in Libra. And Saturn in Libra is really about wanting, Libra is all about fairness, balance, and harmony. And Saturn is all about long, slow trials and tribulations. He can thwart you. He can make you feel stuck. He can make you feel as if nothing has changed. But that is not true, because what he is doing when he presents himself, Saturn, is he's giving you the opportunity to really kind of pinpoint, look at the totality of everything, and figure a way through the situation. I do feel that some of you will persevere in this. But then I have this Seven of Wands. And this is the time frame of August 12th through the 22nd. That was right around the eclipse. So for some of you, this is a situation that played out through through August. For others of you, this will be playing out through the month of September. And September is going to be a very, very pivotal month. And then in October, when the sun moves into Scorpio, Jupiter will also be moving into Scorpio. So there is, I think, an opportunity to right this situation, but you're going to have to, in one respect, leave some things behind. You're going to have to let some things go. And for some of you, this could be the thought that what you're leaving behind is family, or that sense of tribe, or maybe this is legacies, or maybe you don't get, it's a legal issue, so maybe you don't get the amount of money, or maybe you don't get the legacy that is left to you, or maybe you get that legacy, but then it may create a bit more problems for you than what you thought. This Seven of Wands is the card about perseverance and determination. And it says that you are in a better position than you realize. You say he's above the fray, but you've got all of these other things coming up at you from the bottom. And sometimes this card is about, for me, I see it as somebody who has to jump into action immediately. The reason why, you see, he's got on a boot and a shoe. And this is somebody who's like, oh shit, they got to jump up and get out there and get in it, which will make it a Eight of Wands. So this is, in a sense, a yes card, that yes, there's an opportunity perhaps to change this situation or to deal effectively with it. I think that it's going to be, for some of you, very painful. For others of you, you might be able to just sail through it altogether. Now, I'm going to take the Sibyllus. For some reason, I keep getting this as like a divorce issue or a separation. I don't pick up that there are really children here. It almost looks down the center row with the Six of Coins, the Six of Cups, and the Sun card as though there is an agreement that is arrived at, that is successful. And then the vertical future column, suddenly there's news that comes in that changes everything. Okay? Now, let me read to you the two sixes. Those are the only three cards that I have, only two cards that are the same number. And I'm going to see if there's any meaning. It touches on the Sun and the Judgment card. So we will see if the placement itself, it says 2 6s appearing in a spread tells of justifiable faith and trust in your partner. Here we have the 2 6s. There is no indication here of it saying anything about giving me an extra message being next to these two major arcana cards. So let me go back, and then I'm going to give you another interpretation, because we see that something suddenly changes the dynamics of this, whatever this is. So hang on one second. We're going to take a look at the Six of Pentacles and see what the two, again, the two sixes are going to speak of justifiable faith and trust in your partner. But let's see if the Six of Pentacles appearing next to, and that's not really next to, but it's touching, so I'm going to bring that out. Three of Swords is asking you to look to ways to relax, de-stress, and take your mind off your work and career. It brings a message to look at your own health and well-being. That was my mom. And I had to cut her off. Let's see. That's it. Now, let me give you the other meaning of two sixes. It says issues surrounding equality may affect the relationship. Now, more than likely, I would tend to think that this is really the meaning of the cards. And the reason why I say that is because there's this theme of these two cups with the two scales with the two people here. It, to me, speaks to an imbalance. That's what there's an imbalance, and maybe someone has come to you and they have said to you, you know, I'm not happy in the relationship anymore. I'm not happy because whatever, you're spending more time working than you have been paying attention to me. This could even be, it doesn't look like there might be a third party perhaps lurking around in the background. Let's take a look and see, because it's almost like there's a recovery here. The 5 of 4 and the 10 of Pentacles, like there's a recovery, and then there's an agreement that comes, and then suddenly you know, and what I'm picking up, some of you may not want to hear this message, but what I'm picking up is that, particularly with the vertical future horizontal row, is that ultimately it's going to work out for you. It does not mean that you are going to stay with that person and that partner, or that this issue will be resolved in a manner where everyone is going to get exactly what they want and how they want it. You know, sometimes what you really want is the love of the person and not what they have or what they own or what they can give to you. Nevertheless, the message is to persevere, and that ultimately it will work out. So if some of you have been thinking or feeling, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do, or I don't know how I'm going to survive without that person, you will survive. It is a part of life, not all of life. And if this has been a soulmate relationship, then it says that the contract, at least one person has released the contract. And if you're still holding on to it, then it is one-sided. And you need to find a way to let go yourself so that you are free to move on to a new, healthier relationship. The sevens always speak to an internal conflict. So sometimes it's going to be about, you know, standing up and fighting for something that in the end really isn't worth it. But also this could be about at least standing your ground in a situation should you need to. Okay, about being defiant. I think the question is trying to discern, and that is what Libra is all about. Libra is about, particularly in partnership, is about discernment. Which partnerships are in your highest good and which ones are not? And this is all partnerships. Okay, so let's look at this 5 of Cups. The emotional adjustment, alanamika, an enemy, arrival, hatred, envy, speranza, hope, but this can also be fear, and the vedovo, the man, the lonely man or the widower tied to his past. And what this tells me is that someone has left a relationship, but there may have been, as I said, a third party in the situation. Now, I don't know if this Lanamika is the enemy to the Vedovo. In other words, there was something missing in the relationship, and now that person, they themselves, the couple, has become enemies, so to speak, to each other, or if this really is about a third person who came in. Maybe the Vedovo had to give up that third person and says, okay, we'll try again. But, you know, and if that's the case, you want to give that great weight and great thought. Because the truth is, once the issue of trust, justifiable faith and trust in your partner, once that issue of trust is broken, it can be very difficult to get it back, if ever. And counseling, schmounseling, you know, there can be some serious damage here. So let's see what the judgment is all about. Oh. The dilettante, stupid actions and stupid behavior. Domestico, the collaborator and or the helper. We don't know. And then the militare, relationship with law enforcement. And what this speaks to is that some news came or is coming or will, you know, that you're going to be like, what in the hell is happening? The person is going to try their best to smooth over the ruffled feathers. But the truth is that they, in one respect, may try to shrug off the responsibility of their actions and or behavior, but also that they are caught in some way. The card that sits in the most pivotal now, I don't know if that Judgment card might have to do with some kind of work issue. And the reason why I said it is in diagonal with the Wands. And the Wands will typically represent a work endeavor or some type of new creative project that has come into being. You know, I don't know. I want to take a look at the Ten of Pentacles. It's almost like someone is trying to preserve this in some way. The Morte. Remember I said it could be that someone has passed, and this might be someone has left you an inheritance or legacy. An older family member or someone like an aunt or grandmother. But what they left is a consolation. Okay? Remember I said it's almost as though the cards are saying you don't get exactly what you thought you were going to get, or you don't, something happens. It's not exactly what you think it is. Isn't that funny? And with the militare, that could be someone who perhaps maybe is coming in to try and referee whatever this thing is. I want to take a look at the Three of Swords here. Like maybe there's some upset because of this inheritance or legacy left. So Spirit, the sighing, the longing. Bambino, something new. Allegrezza al cuore. Someone was waiting on something. Someone has either been waiting on a message, waiting for their ship to come in. And this was going to give them the opportunity for a new happiness. To me, this is like the Three of Cups. So it may have been that there was some type of relationship issue that someone was basing, I'm going to get this job, or I'm going to get this promotion, or I'm going to get this project, or I'm going to get this legacy, I'm going to get this inheritance coming in. And then I will have enough to take to this person. Leads me to wonder what the La Namica is all about. Now, this is the card of loyalty, fidelity, trust, confidence, and friendship. And maybe that's what that wand is telling us. You know, I don't know. Let's go ahead and pull one angel answer card. So please go ahead and I don't know if I got that on there right. Sometimes I miss it. Oh, it's there. Please go ahead and you know what? And that would make sense in one respect. If that's what the person was waiting on, I think they perhaps have an idea. And it might come from a place where the person wants to be able to offer you everything that you want. But for whatever reason, they don't get what they want, and therefore they feel they can't give you what you want. That's the lesson of the major arcana. It's about learning the spiritual value of things. Love and money are two sides of the same coin. And one is not exclusive to the other. But at the same time, like the Six of Coins, there's always something that you can share with someone. Yeah? So that could be that someone's paying more attention to the financial aspect than the actual spirituality of what they're giving. Yes? And or what they're getting in return. Formulate one question in your mind, and perhaps the angel answer cards will... opportunity. Just like that Ace of Wands. And what do we know about opportunity? We know that opportunity sometimes only knocks once. We know that opportunities can be sometimes confusing. We know that sometimes we have fear of seizing a new opportunity. So this is really about being able to discern. Now, let's pick one Heart Oracle Tarot. And sometimes opportunity comes disguised in ways that we don't recognize it. Yeah? That could be a strange person or idea, something that kind of makes you a bit nervous, could really be the key to your advancement. But it's different and it's strange, so it kind of puts you off. I think this is going to be a time where, particularly during this Piscean moon here, that you journal, you take notes, get yourself a note-taking app on your phone, and things that come to you. I think you need to use your intuition, and I think for some of you, this is going to be bringing up painful issues for you, perhaps surrounding equality, self-esteem, what you wanted to accomplish but you haven't, so there may be some disappointment in that, what you feel you lack, And then what do you do to go about bringing that abundance in? So for many of you, this can play out in lots of different ways. So anything that comes to you, sometimes what may seem like an idea or an inspiration, it just may come out of the blue. This can be your guides, your spirit guides, or your angels, your angels speaking to you. And, you know, depending on what you got going on, you know, that may go in one ear and out the other. So that's why I say get yourself a notebook or get yourself a note-taking app. And if something comes to you out of the blue, even if it comes to you in a dream, even if somebody says something that sparks, write down whatever that idea is, because it can, in the end, be something very important for you. Another Ace of Wands, a new vitality. Isn't that something? Angel answer card. Okay. Opportunity. Positive growth and expansion is on the horizon for you. This opportunity may bring with it inspiration and insight. That's what I was just saying. Or it could be the chance you've been waiting for to take action on ideas you already have. You may be seeking to manifest the chance to create changes in your career, buy or sell a home, or bring romance into your life. Whatever your desires, your angels are about to open a door of possibilities for you. Step right through it. I couldn't have said that better myself. Let's look at the Ace of Wands here. Wow. The keywords are revitalize, focus, enthusiasm, and joy. And this is that Leo energy. That's that Leo energy that we're experiencing. And Leo is all about creativity, joy, courtship, children, self-expression. And whenever you can tap into more of that particular kind of energy, it attracts all kinds of wonderful things to you. It says, there is a great potential to revitalize your relationships right now, both with others and with yourself. Seize this energy and infuse more warmth and enthusiasm into all of your relationships. Have fun with other people and feel how this will lift your energy and spirits. This raised rate of vibration will assist in improving current relationships and in drawing new relationships to you. See your loved ones in a different light. For the time being, set aside any difficulties. Focus on humorous and loving aspects and think of creative ways to add more laughter to your life. The more joy you add, the greater the energy level and the higher the vibration, bringing beautifully renewed vitality. Let your relationship sparkle. Your spirit guides are ready to help with this. Simply ask them for assistance. I think there's a major shift coming. We will be having the harvest moon on the 22nd, I think, of September. This is going to be our new moon, and we will be moving into the winter solstice. So this is a great time for manifestation, for reviewing situations like the Judgment card. It's a rite of passage, and it's about reviewing and deep transition. It is a Pluto card. Pluto will do things sometimes in a very, very ugly way, but what he's trying to do is really to get that healing or that transformation on a deep level so that it sticks and it stays, backed up with Saturn. So I guess it depends on how you view your situation. Do know that whatever the situation is, it is a part of life, not all of life, and that eventually the situation will change. Sometimes it changes a lot quicker when you're able to focus on the positives instead of the negatives. That's what I have for you. I do hope those messages helped. And until next time, namaste.